What's up, y'all? I said it the last time, but I gotta get original, and it's gonna happen. But that's all right, though. Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where today we got a very exciting, interesting individual in the music business. This guy's pursuing a music career. I've been following this guy for about a month now. I caught him on one of these sites and whatnot. And the guy, I mean, there's not enough words that I can think of that can explain and definitely talk about this guy. He lives on the West Coast, California, that is. And he's been doing this thing. It's been hard trying to get him in, but we finally got him in and whatnot because the guy is busy. He's working, got an album coming out and whatnot. And I said, man, I got to get this guy because I heard him. He's on YouTube. He's going to give you all the information. But before I get into that, I want y'all to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, follow, hit the notification bell so that you can get the updates and stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? Because we're bringing you individuals who are totally blind, individuals who may have, other impairments as well. So we're going to focus on a large array of topics. So with that being said, oh, go Tigers, by the way. With that being said, I'm going to bring in the individual all the way from the West Coast by way of California. So, without further ado, I'm going to let him do his own introduction because I did mine. I'm going to let you introduce, tell the people who you are, where you from, what you do, and everything. What's up, man? Can you hear me?
I hear you, baby. Warriors. What's happening, bro? How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm excited because I finally get a chance to talk to the real DOC. I ain't want to let the cat out the bag, but not just playing.
Well,
it's the doc, man. I don't tell them where, talk to the people.
Name is Octane the Flame, the Raps Ray Charles. You did AOG or Doc Ock in the building. Coming from Long Beach, California, residing in LA.
Okay.
West Coast in the building.
Long Beach, that's the home of Snoop. And who else?
Yes, sir.
213.
Nate Dogg, 213, Warren G, the East Siders, hell, me.
Okay.
5-star go-getters. Man, it's a whole bunch of us out there, man. We out there.
So, Doc, tell everybody how you got the name Doc Ock and if it has any significance, meaning behind it or what have you. Let the people know that too.
Well, see, originally, the name is Octane, Octane, the flame. I spit the flame, but my partners, they deem me Doc Ock, the villain. You know what I'm saying? Off of Spider-Man, Dr. Octavius. Being that my middle name is Octavius, so my name is Artemis Octavius Gale, aka AOG, initially me. You dig?
Okay. So. That's interesting. You also mentioned in your introduction let me get it correct. The Ray Charles or something. You mentioned Ray Charles the rapper.
The Ray Charles, the Raps Ray Charles of Rap When I Came. You feel me?
Okay.
Ray Charles the Rap. That's another attribute. My partners in the street threw on me. You know what I mean?
Why they call you that?
From my first mixtape. Everything I was going through. I guess they seen the movie how Ray Charles was. Everything he was going through, he made a song out of it, and that's what I do. I make reality music, so
okay.
Everything I go through is a song, intentionally, or somebody else's story that I thought needed to be shared. You feel me?
Okay. Well,
so yeah, that's
not to diffuse what you stated because it's what you just said because it's very pertinent, but keep harping on the Ray Charles aspect. Why Ray Charles? Why not Snoop? Why not Daz? Why Ray Charles? Is there any type of simulation?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, of course that I'm blind.
Okay.
I played a piano and a guitar. I play live instruments. So
and I heard you play guitar before, and the guy is he's real good, really. Before we go any further, because we want to talk about what your blindness, but tell everybody right quick where they could actually check you out right quick because they might want to just leave this show and go.
Oh yeah, while we telling them, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. You did hit that bell. Don't be scared. You feel me? But you can check me out at Octane the Flame on YouTube. Right now, my website, Good Looking Entertainment, that's the label. It's under construction. And but so far, if you just want to just hear some music real quick, you know, Octane the Flame. That's OCTANE. The Flame, THEFLAME.
Okay.
On YouTube. Go ahead.
So now that we got that out the way, because that's, you know, we want to definitely put that in. Tell everyone about your blindness in terms of how you went blind and how has it been and whatnot. Then we're gonna go and, you know, get further into your career.
Okay. I lost my sight age 22 due to a brain tumor. It was an angioma on the right side of my brain, grew between my brain and my skull from a car accident that I had in 2001. You know, driving down Sunset, I took the hit. It was me and the homies rolling down Sunset, you know, out there politicking, chicks, you know what I mean, coming from the club. And the Jeep came off one of them side streets, drunk driver smacked the hell out of us. Smacked us so hard, we was in the gutter lane. She hit us from one side of the gutter lane all the way over to the other side of the street. Hit a parking meter and a brick wall. And I almost lost my arm, broke my wrist, split my eye. And I caught that concussion. And, you know, a few years later, there you have it, you feel me?
Wow, man.
My vision was going, my vision was going out gradually, you know what I mean? It was like, I had these like real bad migraines. So I was just thinking it was a headache, you feel me?
Oh.
You know. But and you know, just a quick message for all you brothers who don't like to go to the doctor, man, take your ass to the doctors, man. You feel something wrong with your head, you feel me? And I was one of them brothers who didn't, I'm like, I can cure myself. I ain't going to no damn doctor, you feel me? What's a headache, you feel me? But it wasn't just a headache. You know, I was driving home from work one day, and my whole sight just went out, too, in the middle of driving.
Wow.
You feel me? So, yeah, I slammed. Yeah, both eyes.
Go ahead.
Both eyes, you know. And it was out for a good 10, 15 seconds. And I was stuck in the middle of the intersection, cars blowing their horns at me. And it came back. You know, I'm praying, God, bring my sight back, and come back. So I smashed to the house. Then I took my ass to LensCrafters first. You know, because they do the little, they had a little LensCrafters in Walmart where they do, you know, they look behind your eyes. You know, so I'm thinking it could be, you know, something wrong with my eyes. You know, I ain't never thought it would be a tumor. So I went to the hospital. They did an MRI, found out I had a tumor, and shit, that was it. 10-hour operation. They gave me a 10% chance to live. So I'm a walking miracle. You feel me?
Wow.
I know God is real. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, sir.
Okay, so moving forward from there, how did you? At that point, you ended up going blind, or was it a gradual thing, or what happened?
Well, they had to work, you know, aggressively to shrink the tumor. So that whole day, I lost my sight in a matter of one day, basically, because I went to take the MRI. They called me back immediately on some, you know, after they got the X-rays, and they rushed me to the emergency room. And they started working aggressively, giving me radiation treatments to shrink it. Because if it would have exploded, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right.
You did,
right.
And it was on its way to explode. So they had to work aggressively. They, like I said, they admitted me in the hospital immediately. Because when I woke up from the surgery, I see what I see now, which is nothing. I don't see, like, completely out of my right eye is total darkness. Out of my left eye is like lights and silhouettes.
Okay.
And if you don't know what a silhouette is, like for all your listeners, that's when you just see shadows. And then you see, like, it's almost the perfect way to explain it is being underwater with your eyes open, but squint it, like keep your right eye closed and squint your left eye, and then picture yourself underwater and in thick fog all at one time. If you can picture that, that's what I see.
Oh, that's very good.
Pretty much.
Man. I appreciate that. So after that point, and I'm quite sure because your personality is very strong. You accepted that. what was the next step in your life to determine in what direction you wanted to go or you were going to go?
Prayer. It started with prayer, and I always was into music. Before I lost my sight, I was a rapper, you know?
Okay.
So, it just enhanced it, you know? My grandmother, you know, she nurtured me back basically to health, and her living room, you know how grandmothers is, they got a dining room and a living room, and then they got a family room, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in her living room, my cousin set up his keyboard, and one day I just got on the keyboard, you know what I'm saying? Because I taught myself how to play the piano when I was 13. You know, my mom bought me a piano from the Salvation Army. So at 13, I was already like dibbling, dabbling with it. But it seemed like when I lost my sight, I don't know, man. For some reason, my ears just opened up to it. My fingers get to moving. Like, it's like something take over me. You feel me? Like the spirit of God be in me. You did? Like, real talk. You know?
So you were self-taught?
Yeah, I taught myself. I play by ear, you know, and I picked up on a few lessons, like on YouTube and at the Braille Institute, like learning the actual keys. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what they do. Like, if you're interested in music, you know, you better learn everything about it, scaling and all of that, and chords, and, you know, what your notes is, you know, your majors and minors, you dig?
Mm. Wow.
So
during the course of you going through your situation, did you have any support from anyone, or you just, you know, I know you mentioned your grandmother, but anyone else that helped you kind of like get through what you were going through, or was it all your strength that you had?
And I had my family supported the hell out of me, but at the same time, they didn't know how to deal with it. You know, it was fresh to them like it was fresh to me, but I had support, you know. I had, like I said, my grandmother, my whole family, brothers and sisters, mom, dad, cousins, you know, a few friends. I could consider real friends that's still sticking around to today. And then you have those who portray to be your friends but really ain't your damn friend, you know what I mean? You find out throughout the times, you know what I mean? But all things will be revealed in due time, you know what I mean? So
that usually happens, because I've spoken with people who've had that same problem in terms of they've gone blind and they lost their friends, but nevertheless you persevered. So getting into your music career, tell the audience as well as me about your career in terms of how you got started. If you put out any albums, perform with anyone that we know of. So just let's dabble in that for a minute. Talk to us.
Okay, so before I lost my sight, like I said, I was recording, you know, on a DR5 with my crew, Five Star Hustlers. You know what I'm saying? Before we was Five Star Hustlers, it was Clockwise. And we were like 16, you know what I'm saying? This is where it all started at. And rest in peace, Bobby Eugene. He don't want to introduce me really to the whole studio aspect of this thing, you know? And my bro got killed. He got murdered. Him and my other homie Third. You'll hear me speak of them in a lot of our music. You know what I mean? Just reflecting on what they probably could have been to this day. You dig?
Right.
But when I lost my sight, and in between them times, I was working with this guy Devo. Call him Devo, D-Re Entertainment. I completed several albums with him. Learned a lot about this business. He the one that helped me a whole lot along the way as far as getting my ASCAP going and all of that.
That's important.
That's very important. But at the same time, he also was the one who, you know, pulled a little, you know, snake move. You feel me?
Yeah. You gotta watch out for that.
Which is, yeah, you know. So it was like a bittersweet type of thing, you know what I'm saying, from that whole situation.
Okay.
I respect the fact that, you know, he showed me a lot, you know.
Right. And that usually happens in the process by dealing with people who may have messed over you. That, you know, you learn, you know, from that situation, and you know how to look for those type of guys in the future and whatnot. But have you dropped? Tell us about the albums that you've dropped. You have anything out? Any clubs you perform? Any hot songs? Any singles that you put out or about to put out? You know what I'm saying? Hit them with that.
Okay. Well, I got a mixtape out. That's called Spitfire. You probably can find it on YouTube somewhere and shit.
Are you on SoundCloud? SoundCloud? Sorry.
SoundCloud, I'm working on that. Like a lot of these social media sites I'm working on building that. Like Facebook, I'm building a artist page, an actual label page on Facebook. Good Looking Entertainment. Be looking out for that. Be looking out for my album to drop. I got a few artists that I'm producing. Kush Jackson, Shawnee Rose. I'm working with Talk Show, my engineer. We started this blind coalition thing. So, and that's with all musicians that are blind or blind and talented. If you sing, if you rap, if you produce, engineer, whatever, we come together and we help each other. You know what I'm saying?
They need that.
Yeah.
I had spoken with somebody a while back in briefly, and they were like, "Well, man, there's no blind people making it." Blah blah. Stevie Wonder need to hook up with them, and I was telling them, I was like, "Man, Stevie Wonder don't need to hook up with anybody. He's out of tune with what Stevie's about 65 or whatever, so he has no dealings." And I know it's not my interview, but I love music, but he was very adamant. Stevie need to put people on. I said, no, you create your own self, and if if you hot, you hot. And what you just mentioned about putting a coalition together and make it happen, you make people believe what you're doing. I mean, it's not up to Stevie just because he's blind. Why don't you talk to people about that, because they feel that because you are totally blind, they feel that the next blind person have to owe you something. Talk to them about that.
Well, they gotta learn this business of it. Like I said, I had to go through a lot to learn this business. I took a lot of losses, man. I done been in a whole lot of other people's studios, giving my sauce away. You know what I'm saying? And I just found out that you gotta do it on your own. It's all about independence. That's why you got this white cane with the red tip swinging that bitch back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's your independence. So learn the business. You in a $1 billion corporation. So if you don't know this business, it's gonna eat you up. So don't even look towards a guy like me to be the savior. It's just about helping each other. You know what I'm saying? That's the key thing. As far as the coalition is concerned. But I don't look no more towards the help of or a handout towards somebody who already is on. I'm putting myself on. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I'm talking about.
And it's taken a while, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, God put it on my heart to bring the coalition together, because we're all going through that same struggle of what do I do? What's the next step? So what I did, and I can only speak for myself, I took the time to build my studio. You dig? Mm-hmm. I took the time to do that first. I tried to enroll into LA Film School. Them fuckers denied me accommodations, so they couldn't accommodate me. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. Even with the rehabilitation, what I'm saying, rehab, they always want you to be some type of fucking counselor, and I'm like, yo, I do music, I counsel through music, so what's my step to show them, to get my own, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's my next step, is to go up in there and show them all the work that I put down, you know what I'm saying? Like getting my label started. Like, you know what I'm saying? Showing them I'm an ASCAP member, showing them that, I got this website up, you know what I mean? I'm trying to move. I need funding for this, and that, and the third. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's about building your portfolio and then,
let them come to you as opposed to going to them.
Pretty much. If you go to somebody with your business in order.
That's right.
That's the key thing, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Or else they gonna be looking at you like, well, yeah, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. You need more people.
And especially for the fact that you are blind, especially for the fact that you're blind, that's gonna be another strike against you. So if you go, You know, because a lot of sighted people have a tendency to think, in a pity phase. So if you go with it with everything straight, I don't think it'll be a problem at all.
It's real. And that's another thing with my pet peeve. I don't like the whole sympathy trip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Empathize with me before you sympathize with me. Like, I don't do all that sympathy shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I done had times where, I thought of suicide and shit, and I had to really pray. You feel me? I had to, talk to somebody who's spiritually, inclined. So I don't have no sympathy for the situation. It gets down and depressing at times, but you got to find out what life is about.
Right.
It's about ups and downs. So if the bitter is gonna come and the sweet gonna come, you mix that shit together and make some lemonade, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you care to expound on the downtimes, what is it that causes you to really be depressed about? Is it the blindness?
Well, coming from a place where being able to see and then not, you know what I mean? That's the part I believe that's depressing for anybody who saw, whether it's 10, 20, 50 years of their life to not seeing a damn thing, Like, I have a child right now. He's 8 years old. His name is Royalty. I haven't seen a part of him. Only time I've seen my son is in my dreams. Like, if you can imagine that, And as a blind parent, it's like, you can't see when your child is have a sad face, you know what I'm saying, until they speak.
Doc.
So you
hold that thought right there. That you touched on something that's very important, and I don't want to go long with the interview, but I definitely want to bring you back because I have a 4-year-old, and no one has. I kind of wondered about how, because I've run into a lot of people who've lost their sight later on in life. I lost mine when I was 3. And you hit the nail on the head, and you gave me a vivid picture in terms of how it really is, and how you really feel when it comes to the parenting phase and having a child and being able to visually see how their expressions are, man. And I appreciate what you just did. So like I said, I've spoken with a lot of other individuals, and they've never been that descriptive and whatnot. So thanks to you for at least painting that particular picture, though. For real, go ahead.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, because before I lost my sight, and this is another part of my life that really affected me. I was taking care of a baby which I thought was mine. You dig? Mm. And then in the middle of me going through my operation, the mother's like, "Oh no, this is not your baby." So it was like, what the hell? Right before I go into this operation, you know what I'm saying? You
right.
Rich. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call it a B word, which what she deserved, but you dig? I'm like, so that was another thing, like, and to this day I still dream of her. That's another thing, like, I be having visions. Like, I don't know if you know about, like, this thing, it's called the sixth sense that you develop. Yeah. You develop this, like, intuition, this inner intuition, like, and you can feel people's presence, good people, bad people.
Right.
You can sense certain things, like going back to the children, with my son, I can sense when he's feeling a certain type of way, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I can hear it in his voice. Have you ever, like, because I know you're blind too, right?
Right.
So have you ever, like, sensed bullshit in somebody's voice, like when they're talking to you, like you can sense the deception?
I definitely had to decipher BS as opposed to somebody that's being real, and then sometimes I get it right. Then other times I fall for it because you just have to roll with the punches and find out later that person didn't really mean any good. So yeah, definitely. And as opposed to the sixth sense that you're speaking of, I definitely am aware of that. But man, Doc, it's not. I wanted to get the interview with the music. I'm glad you touched on it, but I did not know that it was gonna go this deep in terms of how you actually feel. I appreciate you bringing it out. So with that being said, because I'm gonna bring you back out, later on, and as the months go on. With that being said, tell the people where they can find you again, and give tell them the reason why the Parker Daniels Show is a show that they need to check out if you feel that it's one that is important.
Oh man, off top, the Parker Daniels Show is advocating for the blind, man, and it's real love. You know what I'm saying? It's just awareness and big help to those who need their stories told, and getting these careers building and building relationships and giving awareness to people who really don't understand what we go through on a regular, So, and you can find me again at YouTube. You can look me up even on Facebook. Matter of fact, I got an Octane the Flame page on Facebook. Gotta load some more music up on there. Like, my social media game is like terrible right now. I'm working on that shit though.
That's where it's at right now. But if you need any help
about it, you feel me?
If you need any help, we could give you some assistance. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you definitely got to get up on it, especially in the music business. But with that being said, I'm gonna take the time to say thanks for everyone out there who has taken the time to listen to the video and viewing it. There are sighted people as well as checking out, so watching it. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you
definitely hit that subscribe button, y'all. Yeah,
get updates.
Get entertainment coming soon too. Just to put that out there, man.
Tell them again.
Good Look in Entertainment.
Okay.
The website is coming soon. We under construction, but it's coming. You'll be able to purchase ringtones. We working on books, ringtones, stories. We're gonna be having small short films, T-shirts, attire, all that, the whole works, the whole nine.
That's real talking. If we can do anything on the Parker Daniels Show, and I'm not just saying it just because it sounds good, but nah, for real. Hit us up or whatever we can do. If it's just a little 1%, 2%, whatever. Just if you want to come back on, and then we've gotten 1 billion subscribers, you're welcome to it. I'm not about charging whatever, because I love doing this. I love talking because it allowed me to meet and greet other people and whatnot. But with that being said,
hey, and another thing, if you gotta donate, donate to the Parker Daniels Show. Keep this going. You know what I mean? And
wow. You got me smiling over here.
Hey, also I wanted to notate that before I lost my train of thought, I create music, so I do beats. I got beats for all those artists who need music. I charge studio time. If you want to buy a beat, we can discuss the perks on that. You know what I mean? And I'm giving out studio time and all of that, the whole nine.
And that's for anybody, because y'all know technology is such that you could make a beat or lyrics and have them transferred via
that's right.
Whatever the internet, whatever the case may be, so you don't have to actually be in the studio. So with that being said, because my man got
one more time, hold on, one more thing. If you want to connect with me, you can email me at Artemis23 at iCloud.com or ArtemisOG@gmail.com.
Spell the Artemis.
And Artemis is spelled ARTEMUS. So Artemis23 at iCloud.com, ArtemisOG@gmail.com.
I'm gonna put the link in the description, so you got that. So. For the 15th time, this man has so much to offer right now. Because if he give it to us all at one time,
right,
it's gonna be too much. So with that being said, I really want to thank Doc Ock for coming on the show. Give a shout out to my co-host.
I want to thank you, man.
Holding it down, Kim Daniels, man. Say what up to her, man.
Kim Daniels, one love, baby girl. I wish she was here. I'm gonna catch you on the next round. You said, what's she doing right now?
She got a lot of things. She's working on like other videos. So we bring in videos together. We do some together. Then she do her. I do her. So it's, we trying to just raise the video game up. Do as many as we can. So she probably busy doing her videos and stuff like that too as well.
But I want to thank you, man. I want to thank you for taking your time out, Mr. Parker. You feel me, bro? Like, you are really you doing us a great service out here, man. Keep up the good work, and I'll be definitely getting back at you on the next interview to show you how I create, because I done got my my workstation back up to running. You did. So,
okay, that's what's up.
You feel me?
That's what I'm gonna check you out and whatnot. We're gonna chop it up. So hey, y'all check out Doc Ock. Appreciate the time and support.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Hit that donate button. Hit that donate button. Don't treat them like that now. Show some love out there now. Come on now.
All right, y'all be cool, man.